Can scripting change your life? Hi there, I'm Tamara Dorris, your real estate coach, and I want to talk to you today about an art that maybe even could be considered a science, but I want to help you apply it to your own life, your own real estate business, so that it can bring you greater success. So I want to preface it by saying not only do I have 30 years in the real estate industry in all different respects. I've done a lot of different things in the real estate industry, but definitely selling houses has been the mainstay, right? And I've also been a real estate professor for 20 years and written some books. Okay, good. But over here, simultaneously, my more full-time job, if you will, as I was studying and I started studying with psychotherapy, I became a certified hypnotherapist. And that led into teaching and things of that nature. But the whole time, my passion over here was always, I'm talking 25 years now, always on the law of attraction. Before we called it that, right? Before it was a fame, before the movie The Secret came out. Manifestation, reality creation, all things mind. That's why when I was 12 years old, I bought my first book at a garage sale on how to hypnotize anyone, right? I've always been fascinated with the human mind, human potential. Love Tony Robbins from like when I was, 20 years old. So all of this stuff has always been near and dear to my heart. So it's only been this last year, really this last year, where I've said, I'm marrying these two. These two are going to be together forever and love each other very much. And that doesn't mean that for the last 15 years of coaching real estate agents, I didn't bring a lot of manifestation into it, but I was a little less vocal. And I was a little less vocal because it's a very, I don't want to just say bro marketing, but it's a very male dominant industry. And so if I would say, I'm going to teach you spirituality so you can get more listings. And there was a time when I did that and people are like, whatever. But you know what I've realized, and it's taken me a while to realize, but our industry is comprised of a whole lot of open-minded men and spiritual women. And so it is time, people, it is time that we bring this knowledge from ancient scriptures, quantum science, neuroscience, consumer psychology. Let's bring it all together here and let's create better businesses and a better industry, because isn't that what we all want? Yay, industry. That's what we want. So that's what I'm here to try to help you. Today, I want to do that by explaining to you what scripting is and give you an example. So, I sell lots of journals. I create journals, but I like a good old fashioned black leather notepad that has, lined paper in it. If you can see this, lined paper. And what I do every morning, before or after my morning practice, as part of my morning practice, by the way, is I script. And how do you script? A script is if you were a director in a movie. Let's just pretend that you were writing a script for a film. And you would say things like, and then she does this, and then he does that. But when you're writing a script, what I want you to do is try it in first person. And you're telling about, in first person, present tense, the things that are happening for you this day. Now, I'm going to give you a second option too. But let's say, for example, I get up in the morning and I say things like, I'm so grateful for the new listing that showed up in my lap today. I'm so excited and ecstatic about helping this new family. I'm so joyful that my inspection report went better than I planned. I'm so happy that my family is getting along so well. Those are just examples. Those are what I call situational. Those are how you deal with things on a daily basis. Whatever you want for your day, you're scripting it out. Now, we also have what I call situational scripting. And you can use a different journal. You can use, if you have my pink journal, my 90-day manifestation journal that's not about real estate, but a lot of real estate agents use it. You can write situations for ideal outcomes, what you want. So let's say, for example, all you want to do is have a $300,000 gross commission. You say, oh, like it's no big deal. But you know what? When you are in alignment and your activities and actions are in alignment, it's not that hard to do. It's our thoughts about how hard it is that make it hard. Okay, I can't express that enough. That is manifestation, creating your own reality in a nutshell. Be in alignment, be centered, be calm, positive, be joyful, and have faith. And then take your marketing activities, right? You have to do that. You can't just be all joyful and happy and la and sit on the couch and expect 10 listings to show up on your front door. It doesn't happen like that, but it feels like that when you're in alignment. Does that make sense? Doesn't happen like that, but it feels like that. And that's what we're going for. That's the goal. So in your situational scripting, what you're doing is you're saying, I am so happy and joyful that I just realized I met my 300,000 gross commission income. I'm going to take my significant other out to dinner, and we're going to raise a glass of champagne, and we're going to celebrate this wonderful accomplishment. I can smell the lobster bisque. I can taste the bubbly champagne. I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. That's situational. We call that our ideal outcome. And it's great and it's beautiful, and I think everyone should have one. But you'll see after writing that a certain number of times, you're just like, okay, now I need something new to think about. This is why we do our daily script, because here's the big event that you want to happen. And I don't always make it about money, but I know a lot of people are really interested in money and they think that's the answer to all the problems they have in their life, and it's not. But that's not what this video is about, so I'm going to just be quiet and move on. Here's your big outcome. You want this 300K. If you just sit and write about 300K, 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 you're going to lose your oomph. You're going to lose your juice, and you're not going to get super excited. Remember, getting super excited is what motivates and fuels the fire for your faith. And when I say fuels the fire, I'm talking about neurobiology. I'm talking about the dopamine receptors. I'm talking about the serotonin. I'm talking about the oxytocin. I'm talking about these chemicals in your brain that really get you moving forward, that also raise your frequency. So when you're having these thoughts, these ideas, these images in your mind, you're actually seeing them in the quantum field. You're planting little seeds, little quantum seeds that can then bloom and blossom. Okay? But if you lose that juice, not so great. We do our daily scripting because you know what? It's these daily things that take us to that big thing. So your daily, maybe one day you're not doing anything that you want to script out, and fine, no big deal. If you don't want to do it, skip a day. But on the next day, you're going to a listing appointment. You've got a challenge with one of your buyers, and your tax bill's really big. I would say definitely script every day and script those things out. Get them how you want them till you feel it already done. And here's what happens. And this is like what I teach about metacreation, but this is your waking metacreation. When you're scripting, you are tricking your brain in a nice way, right? We can trick our brains in nice ways. You're tricking your brain that it's already seeing those things happening for you. So your brain's like, oh yeah, we got that in the bag. Listing, okay. Buyer, okay. Inspection, cool. And then your brain, which creates the way that you perceive the world and you interpret the world, as well as the frequencies you emit and get back in the world, is like, yeah, everything's peachy, everything's great. And then all of a sudden your physical reality changes and you're like, holy cow, that happened really, really fast. How did that happen? So metacreation, and if you don't know what metacreation is, I'm sure on this channel somewhere you can find a couple of videos on it, and I will always do them because I think it is like the foundation. But metacreation is our closed-eyed practice. Scripting is part of our waking practice. It's part of our open-eyed practice. There are several parts to our open-eyed practice. Metacreation is like, got a lot of parts to it, but it's one thing. Open-eyed metacreation has different parts to it. The scripting is what we're talking about now. Embodiment we'll talk about later, right? Catching and releasing we'll talk about later. So just remember that the whole idea here is for you to be first person, plan what you want to happen as if it's already happened. First person and present. Do this scripting and see, take a problem that you're dealing with, a challenge, and script it out. How do you want it to be? You create your own reality. You create your own real estate business. Has nothing to do with the market, your broker, and other agents, lenders, or inspectors. It's all about you. So how do you want to script your day? I hope you hit subscribe. I hope you watch my free class if you haven't, and I hope you leave a comment. Have a beautiful day. Thanks for watching.